Now, AI told me that I talk too long before I take off, and that viewers just want to see the drone there and flying. So here we go. DJI Mini 5 Pro,
Home point
distance
updated.
test, and then we're going to see how it returns in this environment. So let's start the recording of the drone right now. And let's take it out and see how it performs. And I've flown in this direction many times. I've done most of my range tests from this very location. And I've flown all the way down to the South Bank area with all my drones, whether it's the Skyrover S1, the Skyrover X1, the SGRC, XR drone, the DJI Flip, the Potensic Atom 2. I have flown in this general direction, just testing out the signal test and to see how far it goes or how far it goes before any major breakup. Pretty quick drone. Going about 13 miles per hour over 2,000 feet, 142 feet up. Just a very slight breeze. But I'm actually pushing out all the way to the South Bank townhouse development, right on the water there in Long Bay Hills, just abounding with the other upscale community on the other side. There's a slight break signal issue there, so just raising up. So abounding with taller tail area. So I've flown out over 3,000 feet and going, no issues at all. I see in the yellow here, or is it orange? I don't know. Back to full bars. Pushing out. No major signal issues at all. Only issue I've had with this drone since I got it, and I'm pleading for some help out there, is that I can't get an update to be installed, and I believe that is the update for the battery. And sometimes when I start up the drone, I'm getting a warning of inconsistent firmware. And one time, a warning came up to say that the battery was a non-DJI battery, but I've since checked the serial number, the battery, etc., and it appears to be a genuine DJI battery. It's the battery that the drone actually came with in the package, so I don't know why it wouldn't be a genuine DJI battery. But every time the update reached like 91%, it just sends out a notice to say that it has failed, and to retry, and then to retry, nothing actually works. So every time I start up, it is giving me this message that a firmware update is available, but I just can't get the firmware to be updated. I just can't get it to be installed. So I don't know if I'm taking a risk flying this drone. So I'm flying all the way out of Long Bay Hills over into Taylor, more than 7,000 feet. No major issues at all so far. Asking me to adjust the antennas because I never had them out in the first place. So over 7,000 feet without actually getting out the antennas, which I just did. 196 feet up, 74% on the battery, and I've gone all the way over into throttle tail. Right all the way over to the house here that was owned one time by former singer Prince, the man who sung since deceased. So I'm all the way over into the throttle tail marina, and all the way over to Prince former residence. You can see a lot of jet skis in the water out there. Let me just get into the 2x lens, zoom there, so you can see a lot of activities going on out there. A lot of jet skis in the water. Just the private beach. They're taking out on the private beach there. So I've gotten out to very close to 10,000 feet with no signal loss, but there's a signal warning, but no signal loss. It says 10,351 feet. Let me hit the return to home and see where it lands.
Return to home.
So the drone is coming back at 10,351 feet. I had no complete loss of signal. Just warning that I should point the antennas towards the drone. And a little weak signal warning, but nothing at all that indicated any total loss of signal, any breakup, any issues with the feed actually coming back to the RC2 controller. So that is phenomenal. Went much further than the Skyrover S1, much further than the Skyrover X1, much further than the Potensic Atom 2. And the only drone that I've gotten out to this sort of distance was the DJI Air 3. So yes, this drone has some real distance. Over 10,000 feet, so that's over 2 miles. I am sure that it could probably have gone another mile or two. And I'm flying in a very challenging area here because I have to fly up and over trees and buildings and so on and to get out. And this is a very challenging Wi-Fi area, etc. So man, I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. Phenomenal. Coming back steady at over 13 miles per hour, just over 60% on the battery, and just over 8,000 feet. No hint of any strong wind warning, etc. Been flying for about 9 minutes or so. So yeah. Phenomenal. Distance. Already down to 58%, so well over 50%, and almost half the distance to go on its way back. So it should make it back, in my view, very safely. I'm doing a screen recording just in case things goes sideways. But I don't think that I'm going to put up the screen recording unless I have to. So I'm 55%, well under 7,000 feet, maintaining that 13 miles per hour speed, fluctuating a little bit up to 14, back down to 13, well over 50%. and just over 6,000 feet to go. So I'm very satisfied with the performance. I'm very satisfied with the distance, and I believe that I could have gone another 5,000 feet or so, probably another mile or so. So yeah, phenomenal, 50% and just over 5,000 feet. So I don't anticipate any major issues here at all. So this has been one of my best signal tests, or one of my most successful signal tests for some time. I think the Sky Rover X1 got up to about 7,000, just over 7,000 feet. The Potensic Atom 2 and the Sky Rover S1, just about 5,000, just over 5,000 feet, thereabout. So too did the SDRC XR drone. So yeah. So this drone has actually crushed it. No issues at all. Just over 4,000 feet and over 40% on the battery, and maintaining that very steady rate of speed coming back. So we're under 4,000 feet, over 40% on the battery. So yeah. So if anybody knows how I'm going to get around this continuous failed firmware update, probably really need some assistance here. I'm suspecting the update is relating to the battery not updating. I don't know why that should be. I feel that it's a genuine battery, but it seems like the firmware update keeps timing out. At some stage, on the two lights in the middle of the drone, it just gets steady. And then it gets about 66% or so. And then it would limp on to about 91%. And then I will get the warning that the update failed, and they try again with the same result. So I don't think I'm going to try it again. I'm probably going to try to order a few batteries, OEM batteries, and see what happens. So just a little over 2,000 feet to go, 34% on the battery. Are we going to make it? I don't think there's any need to sound the alarm at this stage. Over 30% on less than 2,000 feet. I could get out to over 1,500 or 2,000 feet if I take off with a battery at 30%. So with 1,500 feet to go, less 1,400 feet to go, and 32% on the battery, I think that this is going to be a successful return to home from 10,351 feet. That's over 2 miles with no signal loss. A little warning of weak signal, etc. Asking to point the controller directly to the drone. And I got out a very good distance, probably about 8,000 feet before I actually put out the antennas. So again, that was something. So it's 29% on the battery and under 800 feet. And the drone is also descending. Sending rather rapidly as it comes back. I wonder if that's, I believe I'm hearing it. Yes, it's right back. And I think that it is going to be one of these smart home. Let me see. I wonder if you could see it. All that distance there. I think it's going to do one of the smart return to home, that it is just coming and it is going to go down and to come back just how it went out. And here it is, right over the landing area. It is coming down. I think it is beeping because of the tripod. I don't think it's really going to be a precision landing, but it's going to be pretty close. I could take that any day. And so that it is. Here it is. The drone is back, right on the ground, right in front of the landing pad. If you like this video, please like, please share, please give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you very shortly in the next video. Cheers. So here we are. This was a phenomenal flight of the DJI Mini 5 Pro. It went out 10,351 feet with no signal loss, and it got back to 23% on the battery, landed in front of the landing pad, not exactly on the landing pad, but I will take that any day. So, cheers.